Bring the ship to action stations.
Answer action station.
Everybody, take with guns, quick.
Taking missiles still inbound.
Missiles, guns, and torpedoes are my responsibility.
We make sure the ship is combat capable. The Canadian Navy maintains a presence throughout the world as much to prevent conflict as to be prepared to end it through force. But when it finally comes down to that, Naval Combat Systems Engineering officers ensure that the vessels of the Canadian Navy are ready to fight. I'm Lieutenant Navy Medi Sonia Soa from Waterford, Ontario, and I'm a Naval Combat Systems Engineering officer in the Canadian Navy.
And I'm Lieutenant Commander Eric McCallum from Ottawa. I'm the Combat Systems Engineering officer on the submarine HMCS Corner Brook. We lead the members of the Combat Systems Engineering team.
As a team, we're responsible for the operational readiness and maintenance of naval weapon systems, communications, radars, and sonars. CSEOs must be engaged leaders, be able to manage resources, and have the technical expertise necessary to be responsible for the multitude of combat systems aboard modern warships. We also design and apply new weapons technologies to ensure the survivability of the ship and its ability to respond in tactical situations. It's an outstanding platform to be working on as an engineer.
This occupation allows me to see this complex and sophisticated equipment perform as intended in the real world.
Issue warning shot.
On top of all that, we're an integral part of the emergency response team, performing important damage control tasks while the ship is at emergency or action stations to ensure that it can still fight. Whether it's working down below in the operations room or working up top on weapon systems, it's a new adventure and a new challenge every day. By enrolling in the Regular Officer Training Plan, or ROTP, you can get started right after high school by earning your bachelor's degree at the Royal Military College of Canada or any other accredited Canadian university.
Or if you're already in the process of obtaining an engineering degree, you may be eligible for the Direct Entry Officer Plan. Preference will be given to applicants with a bachelor's degree in either electrical or computer engineering, but other engineering or science degrees will be considered.
Under either entry plan, all candidates will be required to attend the Basic Military Officer Qualification course. This is where you'll fine-tune your natural leadership abilities and learn the regulations and customs of the Canadian Forces. And after that, you'll be off to the Naval Officer Training Centre in Victoria, BC for the Naval Environmental Training Program, or NETP. 4 weeks of which will be spent on board a minor war vessel where you'll earn your sea legs. You'll attend the next phase of your training at the Canadian Forces Naval Engineering School in Halifax, Nova Scotia. This is when you begin to apply all of your education and engineering skills to the maritime environment. You'll receive detailed instruction in the theory, application, operation, maintenance, and management of the Combat Systems Engineering Department and its personnel. Upon completion of this phase of your training, you'll be assigned to your first ship for a period of 1 year to consolidate all of your skills, knowledge, and training.
My first posting was on board a ship as an apprentice where I learned the ropes to become a Combat Systems Engineering officer. I was then posted to a submarine as the head of the Combat Systems Engineering Department.
When you're working on board a ship, you're part of the crew, and with that comes additional responsibilities, such as ship's evolutions, leading the boarding party, or being a part of the ship's dive team. I became a ship's team diver to combine both fitness and academics so that I could have a better life balance. The Canadian Navy deploys regularly to reassure our friends in the global community, as well as to deter those who might wish us harm. As an officer in the Canadian Navy, you'll have an unprecedented opportunity to be a part of that global community and to build relationships with colleagues from all over the world. I personally have had the opportunity to travel in many locations. I've been from Hawaii to San Diego, San Francisco, Mexico, Alaska. I've traveled a lot on the West Coast, which is where I was posted. Of course, we also patrol domestic waters and support search and rescue operations when we're at home.
Once you've completed your work on board a ship or submarine, you can progress on to project management or research and development.
You'll be offered opportunities for engineering specialization through fully funded postgraduate education in Canada or abroad. There is an ongoing need for Naval Combat Systems engineers with a master's degree in electrical engineering or guided weapon systems, or specialized skills in things like radar systems analysis, electronic warfare, or underwater acoustics.
If you choose to work as a Naval Combat Systems Engineering officer with the Canadian Navy, you'll have a chance to work with a dynamic team and satisfy your sense of adventure.
If you have a leadership ability, enjoy math and science, and love emerging technologies, then this might be the job for you.